big steak and fries to go. Listen to what I said. I need something more than soup to keep me satisfied. Give me food, that's what I want. Bolognese all through the days. Can't wait to the mayonnaise. Give me food, that's what I want. A chicken curry, bring it here in a hurry. It's food that I want.
That's plenty.
Good afternoon, Pirate Crew, and welcome back to another second knuckle deep in lockdown episode of Tarragon Kitchen. How are we all doing today? Another Saturday, another lockdown, another reason for living? Yes, this is a reason for living. Today we are going to do things to pasta that some BBC children's presenters wouldn't do in their spare time. So, but first, when you pay for all this shit, so can we go to the babish? Today on QVC, I'd like to introduce you to our all cotton tea towel and oven mitt combo. This is available in stylish black with silver and white accents. So both of these can be purchased individually, but after the show I'm going to put a link in. If you want to buy them both at the same time, combine that plus the packing and get yourself a bit of a bargain. You can get an oven mitt and a tea towel for 15 of your British pounds, which is quite reasonable I think, because if we're going to do merch, we're going to do proper merch, we're not going to buy cheap nasty stuff. So this is good quality stuff, so get yourself a bargain. Right, back up on the main can, we're back up, yes. So today, as threatened, we're going to be doing some pasta. We're going to do 6, hopefully, sexy pasta dishes, and they will range from some you'll be familiar with, some you won't be familiar with. I've tried to get some interesting pastas as well, because there's other stuff out there, tastes and textures. So what I've done is I've pre-cooked a lot of the pasta, because watching me cook pasta is actually the same as watching water boil. So got some hot water here, so what we're going to do is refresh the pasta, heat it through, add it to our sauce. Always add your pasta to your sauce. Second bit of housekeeping, the water you cook your pasta in, season it well. I've put a little bit of olive oil in here, that's not essential, I don't think it's actually traditional, but what that does is if you're pre-cooking your pasta, it kind of helps it not stick together. So keep the pasta water, also add a couple of tablespoons up to a cup depending on how many portions you're doing, add it back into your sauce and it'll help emulsify your sauce and give you that lovely creamy mouthfeel. Giggity. We've not had a giggity for a while and I'm very disappointed myself. So we're going to start off, what will we start off with? Let's start off with a spicy sausage.
Yes.
Crowd favourite with a spicy sausage. So if we go overhead cam, please. What we have is we have some tomato passat. Tomato passat comes in bottles, tubs, cartons like orange juice. The one we use is from Aldi or Lidl, or other shops are available. Aldi, and it comes in a jar. It comes in both, but the one we've got today comes in a jar. Passat is basically pureed tomatoes. With all the seeds, skin, all that stuff taken out. We have some red wine. Now you'll notice I called this red wine. I didn't call it cooking wine, it's red wine. With the exception of Chinese cooking wine, because I really don't know what they're doing over there. If you won't drink it, don't cook with it. So we've got some red wine, we have some fennel seed and some chilli seed. I apologise to anyone out there who is Italian, who has Italian background, and also Lorenzo. I'm going to butcher a load of Italian names today, or mispronounce them, or add vowels or syllables. This is, to the best of my knowledge, fusilli lungo. So it's kind of like spaghetti with an 80s parum. So again, it's just different texture. I have a nice hot chilli, chubby bulb of garlic, and a couple of pork and black pepper sausages. Now, if you can get proper Italian sausage, please do so. If you can get chorizo sausage. Now, chorizo sausage and chorizo salami or dried chorizo are two very different things. Chorizo sausage is exactly like it's a raw sausage, you need to cook it. You can use that for this recipe. But to show you how you can kind of jazz up your sausage, giggity. These are just plain pork sausages, like with pork and black pepper. So we can start on these.
Leslie said afternoon, folks.
Afternoon, Leslie. How are we doing today?
Hi, Pirate King Crew. Mark Ferguson said afternoon, peeps, and Nicola Gibbs says actually made it this week.
Fantastic, Nicola. Glad to see you. Right, so we are going to get our other little pan on. Nice gentle heat on that. We don't want to be going, I think the technical term is mental. I'm now searching and scanning for my olive oil, failing miserably.
Right here.
Oh yes, it's in on my herbs. I'm going to put it there, keep it safe. So, olive oil. Again, don't have to be too snobby about this. None of this is classic Italian, as with everything on Pirate King Kitchen. Use what you've got, and got what you use. I don't even know if that's a saying now. Olive oil comes in kind of three flavours or three types. Normal olive oil, which we don't really use for cooking a lot because it doesn't have a particular high smoke point. It's fine for pasta. You have virgin olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. Don't cook with these. Use them. Put them over things. They're finishing oil. It's for the flavour. It's for that peppery, olivey taste to a salad or to a pasta dish. So we are basically just going to put less of a tasteful tablespoon. Tosh, if you're watching, I apologise, mate. Done healthy eating last week. This is all about the carbs. There will be butter. There will be cream. There will be oil. There will be all the nice things in the world. So, we're addressing our sausage. We're just going to take our sausage, run your knife lightly across it because you want to peel the skin off it.
So Leslie said all the better for seeing your lovely wife and daughter this morning. We done a social distance flower drop off to Leslie.
Fantastic.
And Dave Webb says well known fact that Lorenzo is Welsh.
Yes. One of our friends from Wales who has Italian parents. Lorenzo's father is a fantastic chef, and Lorenzo is his son. So we're just breaking our sausage up into chunks. Put it all at a medium heat. We're just going to get some colour on that. To that we're going to add some fennel seed and some chilli. If you've got proper Italian sausage, it's very heavily flavoured with fennel, so you don't need the fennel seed. So we're just going to scatter that in. So that will toast and brown.
Louise says, hi guys, really looking forward to this today, love pasta. Robert McLeish said afternoon, and Tosh said hi Peter.
Got a whiff of chilli there. Sorry Tosh, it's carb central today. So we have just got our sausage in there, our fennel seeds, nice bit of quick colour. What we are going to do now is we're going to take one of our, we're going to put garlic, again, shows up a lot in pasta sauces, so we're going to, we're not going to chop our garlic through, we are just going to put a squash clove in there, a pop, over olive oil, just so all those flavours can get to know each other. We're going to take our chilli. We don't overhead yet.
Yep.
It's a nice fine, again, pasta, you don't want your sauce flavourings being raw, so if you're doing it nice and clipped, nice thin slices, again, the whole thing about the Pirate King kitchen, we're not showing you sauces that you need to cook for 4 or 5 hours, we're showing you stuff that you can throw together in your house for a lunch or perhaps a late supper. So at this point we're going to take our red wine, the pan's nice and hot. So essentially what we want to do there is boil off all the alcohol. And it will reduce down and get nice and sticky. At this point we are going to take our drop it into our hot water to refresh it. Put our lid back on. To our sauce here, basically, because we broke our tomatoes up our sausage up quite small, it's pretty much cooked through. We'll take some of our passat, a good glug in there, and ideally all we're doing now is just heating that through.
So Robert McLeish said, looking for a basic marinara, help please.
Basic marinara, simplest sauce in the world, mate. Get yourself a tin of tomatoes. We're going to do something fairly similar to it later. Tin of lovely fresh basil plants is what I use. It's cheaper than buying the chopped herbs. And it'll last you a couple of weeks. Good glug of red wine, salt and pepper to taste. Which reminds me, Carly, where have you put the salt this week? She's hidden it, she's done it deliberately.
It's one above you.
Cheeky monkey. Okay, so good bit of black pepper in there. Some of the salt, sponsored by Tarragon. Get our sauce nice and sticky. See how our pasta's doing. I say I've got this just below a boil. We don't want to be upsetting the pasta. I don't know if you can upset pasta, but we're trying not to. So what we'll do now is take some of our warmed pasta. For those of you saying you should have a proper pasta pot for doing this, I do. And this goes in it. It's not particularly good for filming, you can't see inside it. So kill the power on our sauce. Take our drained pasta. Put it in, move it around our sauce. So again, always add pasta to sauce, not the other way around, because you don't want to. It's just better. It tastes better this way. So just bear that in mind. What we are going to do is open the parmesan that we forgot about. So just to recap, we pan fried off our pork and pepper sausage in a little olive oil, added some fennel seed, salt, pepper, chilli flake, some finely sliced red chilli, some red wine, evaporated off the alcohol, get rid of some of this mess, refreshed our pasta, added some passat, dabish, or even long sexy shot of that shit. There we go. Tidy, tidy, tidy. Take one of our sexy pasta bowls. I'm not making this mess, putting it into the sexy pasta bowl. Once you get to the bottom, you'll find your garlic clove. Get it to fuck. That was a loud, meaningful cough from the woman who does the tidying up. And in there, we will be using that. Oh, good hands. We will be using that again. A little bit of kitchen paper. Just to tidy our bowl up. An enormous mess we made. See, I made the spicy one first because my wife doesn't like spicy. It means we can actually get photographs of it before she devours it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We've got pasta on there, and there is pasta number 1, spicy. Questions, comments?
Got quite a few.
Okay, go with that while I give this a bit of a clean.
So, Tosh said, this is why I tuned in, haha, love it. Alison said, I missed it. I missed the start, sorry. What do I need to do to get the £15 deal to get the towel and Mitt?
There will be a link on the end of the video. Yeah, so we're making people watch the whole video, ha ha ha. No, you can't skip to the end, it's live.
Marie said, hi Pete and Kaylee.
Hello Marie.
What with me?
Hello Tracy. For those of you who Tosh has just said hi, Tosh is helping me and Kaylee with our journey to a healthier lifestyle at My Health Scotland.
Yeah.
So today I'm having my treat, which is not red wine, it's not blood virgins, it is in fact watermelon pamplemousse. Watermelon San Pellegrino.
It's orange and pomegranate.
Okay, orange and pomegranate San Pellegrino. I was misinformed. I discovered this at Lorenzo's dad's restaurant. It's a proper Italian, and it's Buongiorno and Pollock Shaw's. So give that a look. They're on Facebook. They're doing deliveries, I think. Fantastic Italian food. Eat Italian food from Lorenzo's dad, not from Lorenzo. Cheers.
Because he's what? I don't think Lorenzo's watching.
Oh, that's refreshing. And delightfully naughty on the sweetness. Okay.
Hi Tracy, my wee bud. Hi Marie.
Next thing we're going for.
Yeah.
That's the one here.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. These are gnocchi. Gnocchi? Gnocchi. They're potato butt dumplings. They're also pasta. These are dried and backpacked. So we're going to drop them into our hot water and just refresh them. Now the sauce we're going to do with them is fairly simple. So while they'll take a little bit of cooking, you can't partially cook gnocchi, you need to do it all the way through. So while we're doing that, I'm going to prep one of our other sauces. So for that, I will need some tin foil. Yes, it's a tin foil sauce. No, don't be so bloody stupid. So we take some tin foil. We're going to make our tin foil into a little and we're back. Sorry about that, folks. Give us a shout if you can hear us okay and where you lost us. We had some technical difficulties there.
Okay, we're back.
Okay, so where did we lose people?
I think it was just as you were saying what
So basically, so we've got some tomatoes in here. Good glug of olive oil. Again, this is predominantly going to make up our sauce. We will also be adding, if I can remember, We'll take our garlic again. Good squish.
People are saying they lost you at the tin foil.
Okay, so basically we need tin foil boat. Put some tomatoes on the vine. We roughly chop some garlic. Scatter that in there. Plenty of kosher salt. Plenty of pepper. It's all going on today. Plenty of pepper. And some balsamic vinegar over our tomatoes. And that all roasts down and pretty much give us our sauce. So we're going to stick these in the oven. This is a hot oven. As most ovens are, you tend to find if you've recovered in your house and it's not hot, it's probably a fridge. I've kind of lost my place now.
Yeah,
A lot of stress going on, a lot of activities. There's glasses breaking, there's internets falling away. But yeah, so we are back to our gnocchi. So our gnocchi are poaching away. I'd like them to poach away faster, but that water's just not keen on coming to a boil. So the rest of our gnocchi sauce, we can get that prepped. So we'll bring our rest of our tray over. There's half a lemon, some sweet potato which I've blanched just to take the rawness out of it, sage, and don't look at this piece Tosh, that's butter. Just hide the butter, Tosh. I think I mentioned the butter once, but I think I'll go away with it.
Yeah.
So on our other little pan, I'm going to put a lid on that gnocchi because that might keep some of it. It is bitterly cold out here, so I'm struggling to keep a boil going. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to melt our butter. So Tosh, camera always makes things look bigger than they are. So it's obviously put 10 ounces on this butter. So we're just going to, this is good Scottish butter. No disrespect to our English friends. Slightly salted, saves you putting extra salt in your food. Nice quick plate there. So I'm going to put just a splash of oil. The oil will stop the butter burning. We are going to brown the butter slightly, but this will stop it from browning too quickly. Season it with a little bit of salt when it is salted butter, so not too much. Some black pepper, perfect. We're going to put our sage in here. If you can get fresh sage, please do. I was struggling to get it this week, so if you can get it, good for you. We just keep that on a really low heat because we just want that the sage to go through the butter. At the end of this, we'll put in our sweet potato just to warm it through, and also just dress it with some lemon juice. Lemon and sage and butter are a fantastic flavour combination, and we will be adding a little bit of pasta water into this as well, just to emulsify the butter and give us a nice creamy sauce. Let me see how my little gnocchis are doing. Any comments or any questions? I know we kind of lost everybody for a second there.
I was just checking if they could hear us alright, but we can. So.
Okay, our gnocchis are.
Got everybody back.
Our gnocchis are coming together beautifully. Another sort of tip: if you have a deep fat fryer, or a travel fat fryer, or a medium fat fryer, really fat, however you do your frying, you can actually take raw gnocchi. You see a slight colour change on that, it's starting to go golden. That's absolutely perfect. You can actually take raw gnocchi, put them in your deep fat fryer and fry them. I think we done it on the Christmas special as a roast potato alternative. They make good little crispy bites, a good alternative to chips as well. So we've got our sage butter. We are going to take our sweet potato, put that in there, and again this was pre-cooked, we're just heating it through. Don't want to go in too sizzly. So to recap, we have good nice fresh butter. You can't use Love Pack Spreadable, Love Pack Light, because those aren't butters. They are hydrogenated vegetable oils. Use proper butter. If you put it in the fridge, you take it out, you go clunk on the table, it's probably butter. If you can spread it, it's hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated vegetable oil, which is great. If you like putting that much oil in you. If you like to get oily, go with the spreadable. If you like to spread, go with the oily. No, that's a different thing. So we're going to take our gnocchi. Our gnocchi into our pan. We'll take a handful of our parsley. And again, we're just going to run a knife through our parsley. We're just moving our gnocchi. See how our gnocchi are picking up the sage, picking up the black pepper. Lovely colours, lovely smells. Just going to give that a wee boost to bring up temperature. While that's happening, in our pot that never seems to properly boil, we are going to do our next pasta dish. So I'll put that here so I can walk through the ingredients. Before I do that, I'm going to take my half lemon. Good squeeze of lemon in there just to cut through all that butter. Unfortunately, it doesn't take the calories down, it just cuts through the sweetness of the sweet potato and the butteriness of the butter. I don't know if butter can be anything else other than buttery. I'm going to keep a hold of that lemon. Drop in probably 2/3 of our parsley. A quick toss.
Smells delicious.
Another one of our sexy pasta bowls. We'll take our gnocchi. I'm going to add a little bit of the pasta water to that sauce, just to improve the. Now, if you can see that sauce starting to thicken up as you add the water, because the starch from the pasta is in there as well, and it's working with the butter. I'm just emulsifying. Very hard to see the light on there. That is all. So again, just. This is fantastic with a big chunk of crusty bread. And all these pastas can be served either as a main dish, or as a side dish, or as a starter. So there's a bit of which is in the wrong place. Just gathering together our sweet potato. And you'll be glad to see, Josh, not all the butter. But enough of it just to drive the deliciousness. Put that spare butter in that pan. We can use that pan again. So, fresh parsley on top. Our lemon skin that we used earlier. So put that through our grater, a little bit of fresh lemon zest on top, last little drops, and there we have our, let me clean up the bowl, our second pasta dish, which is sage and sweet potato gnocchi. Okay, everybody keeping up so far? Any questions, any comments?
I don't know if we lost anybody in the...
No questions, no comments? Who have we got with us today, Kales?
We have quite a lot of people. JD said greetings from Florida.
Hi JD, how are you? Not quite Duke food, a bit more European, but I hope you enjoy it.
I don't know if your friend finished it last time, still with us.
So, just going to rinse off this pan again. I do have other pans, I'm just trying to show you how easy this is. Clean up super easy! I say that on all the shopping channels. This becomes more and more like an addition to a shopping channel every week. So, quick dry off our pan back on the heat. To our pan, again, everything starts with the olive oil, just about a tablespoon, let that go up to temperature. So this is a version of carbonara. A lot of people get confused with carbonara, cream or egg yolks, or blah, 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 and they put the egg yolks in and it splits, or they put too much oil in and it splits. What we're going to try and do today is give you a foolproof version that tastes like carbonara, tastes better than carbonara, looks like carbonara, and is essentially carbonara. So we have some rocket, some mascarpone cheese, we have some pappardelle, which is the wide, thick pasta, some white wine, garlic, and some smoked bacon lardons. While I'm talking about smoked bacon lardons, that's the last of my smoked bacon lardons from Donald the Butcher's. So Kevin, if you're watching, I will be coming looking for the lardon.
Louise is asking if you can use an alternative to sweet potato as she doesn't like it.
Peas, you can use some butternut squash, any sort of braised vegetable. It's just a textural change, you want that little vegetable bite. So fresh peas give a lovely sweetness, celery, finely diced green red pepper. I'm not convinced this is giving you the heat I'm going to say. Okay, cool.
Is it so windy outside?
Yeah, it's very windy, very cold like you guys.
It is on.
Maybe I have to keep the gas for summertime and go back to a beeping induction. So we put a pappardelle in to bathe. And we'll get our bacon bits bacon bitting. While we're doing that, I'll get rid of this stuff. So once our bacon has browned, he says, hopefully, we're going to add some garlic to it. Now in this instance, we do want that sort of garlicky flavour. So what we're going to do is crush the garlic out of the skin. Are you on the overhead cam for this, Keels? Yeah.
Yep.
On our garlic, we are going to put some of our either sea salt or rock salt. We're going to take our big flat knife and we're going to start chopping our garlic through our salt to start with, and then we're going to just start smushing it. Draw everything back together, smush it again. The more you break down onions, garlic, spring onion, the stronger the flavour will get, or the more pungent the flavour will get. So what we're actually doing here, instead of chopping it, we're crushing it, grinding it, all that good stuff. So our bacon has finally started sizzling, so we'll put our smooshed garlic to one side. We'll open on mascarpone. Mascarpone is it's a soft Italian cheese. You can use it for cheesecake, you can use it for desserts, you can also use it to replace cream in sauces. It's a bit more stable than cream, so it's not going to split. And also gives you thickness without adding corn flour or anything else in there. So the update on the competition last week was for someone to pick this week's dish, and many people asked for that, we put them in a hat, draw out the winner, and the winner would get one of our new sexy oven gloves. So congratulations, Sharon Webb, you have won a sexy oven glove. We'll get that to you in the next 6 to 8 working months, weeks. We'll drop it down as soon as we can. Right, I'm really disappointed at how quickly this isn't frying. Anyway, all the more time for banter and chat.
It's because you're outside.
It is, I know it's because we're outside, it's just speed on. While we're eating that during its thing, you can watch me enjoy my pomegranate and orange San Pellegrino. Cheers. So what's everybody up to this weekend?
Turn the heat
All the way up. Any comment what people up to this weekend? Anything exciting? People fall asleep. So we're going to put our garlic.
I don't think anybody has anything to do.
Nobody has anything to do. So here's the question for those parents who are out there homeschooling.
Thank God.
Would you be interested in a midweek home economics lesson that your kids can cook along with? We could take I think one of the first episodes we've done, which is the homemade pizza, and we could do a kid-friendly version of that. There'll be no swearing, minimal giggities. I might even brush my hair. I don't know. If you're doing homeschooling and you'd like to get a bit of a home economics lesson on how to make pizza, it's something the kids can get their hands and their fingers into, and you can help them with that, and they can watch me talking about pizza. If you're interested in that, drop a comment below and we'll set that up for a Wednesday night or a whatever day suits really. I want to try and keep the Saturdays for the drinking and the swearing, because you know it's Scottish, it's traditional.
Don't drink anymore.
Right, I have a plan B. Still gas, isn't it? But it's really cold. The joys of gas. This gas is fine. So far we've had the internet fall over.
That's it.
Okay.
I think it needed a wee warm.
So the intention was not to brown or fry this bacon. We are cooking it, because when you have carbonara, you don't want crispy black bits through it or crispy brown bits through it. That's a completely different dish. We just want it to be cooked. That seems a bit more enthusiastic now. So we're just mixing that through. We've got plenty of salt in there with smoked bacon. The salt will crush our garlic in, but we are going to drop in a little bit of black pepper. I need to top up the black pepper for the next episode. There we go, that's sizzling away. So we're just cooking that through, rendering the fat out of the bacon, because that's essentially going to be the background flavour to our sauce, that nice smoky bacon flavour.
Oh, smell of vision.
And next thing we're going to do is take some white wine. Now that our pan's hot enough, and get our white wine in. Again, we want to boil that hard enough to take off the alcohol, because if you do make traditional carbonara and you put white wine in it, which you know is not traditional, but you put cream in it after it, sometimes if there's too much alcohol left in the white wine, it can split your cream. And if you're going to put cream in things, put proper double cream. Again, apologies Tosh, do not cook with single cream, do not cook with 5% or whatever, because they're not proper creams, they're not designed for heat, they're not designed for acid, they will split and it'll be horrible. Don't make horrible food. That's kind of the message here. So we're going to take probably a couple of tablespoons of our mascarpone. Put it in here. We're going to put our mascarpone over here. We're going to use it on another dish in a minute. And we're just going to work our mascarpone into our bacon. And our garlic. And just let the heat get back through it. To that we are also going to add a quick rinse. Probably about half a cup, 50 grams ish. I don't know if those measurements actually stack up. I don't do measurements. A handful of Parmesan or Pecorino or a hard cheese of your choice. So as our Parmesan starts to melt and our mascarpone heats through, just let that bubble away, tidy up some of our mess. Everything's a bit quiet today, nothing exciting happening.
She's hoovering her staircase. Oh, she's not.
Fantastic update, Leslie. I was at your house yesterday, your staircase was, it was looking a bit unhoovered. I didn't want to see. So we are starting to get a nice little bubble on our mascarpone and cream. When that gets a little bit thicker, assuming my gas decides that it wants to be gas again. I'm going to take this one off. Yeah, everything's very cold. That's the problem with pressurised gas.
It's cold.
It's not a big fan of the cold. You got a flame under that? Yay! Big fan of flame. So, last thing we're going to do with this one is we're going to take our rocket, a lovely fresh green peppery flavour off our rocket. And this is where it kind of separates itself from traditional carbonara. We don't need to cook this through, we just need to wilt it. So as soon as we put that in, we can drain off our pasta. Again, if your sauce tightens up too much, you can add a little bit of your pasta water. And again, we just move our sauce. If you can get to the state where you can, because you don't want to, if you buy that nice pasta, you don't want to break it up by going with a big spoon or a fork. Just move it, wiggle it about your pan. To do this, you're basically pushing forward and pulling back, kind of at the same time. I don't know how helpful that was. Another one of our pasta bowls. So we take our pappardelle, our rocket, make sure our pasta is coated in our sauce, our little bacon bits. A bit of parsley. What do you think, Chef?
When you put it down, you tap it forward so we can see inside.
And that is a easy, reliable carbonara. 2 seconds. to get some sexies on that. While that's happening, I'm going to put this in. 2 seconds, so we're just going to get some pasta in there. That better shot? Yeah. It's that functional shot. How's that?
Yeah, you could do that with all of them now.
I could do that with all of them. Okay, I can probably do 2 of them. Sorry, the logistics of showing off sexy pasta. Little pan can go into a little pan shot. So we just keep on Babish just now. Okay. Right, quick rinse of that pan. What camera are you on, Kills?
The big one.
Smash it. Okay, clean pan again. So we're going to remember we started off that first dish, which was our roasted tomato sauce. So we're going to revisit that. Why use a tea towel when you have a sexy oven glove with your own branding on it? Sexy oven glove. So these are available for left-handed users and for right. No additional charge. So as we can see, we have some sexy business going on in there. We are going to pull our tomatoes off of the vine. The vine's done its job. Always try and cook your tomatoes on the vine if you can. There's a lot of, believe it or not, tomatoey flavour in that vine. And you'll get a lot of good flavour. That goes for not just piccolo tomatoes like this, but any tomato.
Sharon says, I'm really hungry now.
You're welcome. We're going to take that. We've got everything in there, so that's our tomatoes, our garlic, our olive oil, salt, pepper, any little bits and pieces, just tidy them up. So tomatoes, garlic, we're going to take some basil leaves here. We're going to chop these up. Quite a rough chop on them, not the chiffonage you're used to, Mr. Ferguson. We're going to put them into our sauce as well. Again, we're not cooking these, we're just going to let it wilt. We've got the olive oil, the garlic. I'm going to add some pine nuts to this as well. Get a tomatoey pesto vibe going on. Tomato pesto. I'll tell you what would be really good if I do the right pasta. Bear with me.
Is it wrong pasta?
Yeah. That's for our next dish. This is for this dish. So this is the bucatini, which is like spaghetti with a hole in it. So that just needs to heat through, as our sauce does.
I'm starving.
So we're just mixing our tomatoes there. We're getting a good shot of that. So those tomatoes are kind of broken down. We've got garlic in there, pine nuts, some basil. You're kind of heading to, Bobby, if you're still on the feed, that you're kind of heading towards your marinara sauce here. See, but I find onion is quite obtrusive in pasta sauces, so saying that I'm going to use some in a minute, but for this particular instance, I quite like the tomatoiness. What I am going to do is just adjust the tomatoiness with log of passat. So it's a whole tomato. Just cut the sweetness of the roasted tomato, just to cut through that a little bit, and also give our sauce a little bit more body. I'll just take a few seconds there. How are we for time, Kels?
We've been going for 53 minutes now.
Okay, got a couple more to do. Everybody quite happy? Everybody bored of pasta?
I don't want them to go cold. No.
It's alright, you can microwave them.
Oh.
Okay, so what we're going to
It's all
do
about the pictures, Tracy.
I want to eat it now.
as soon as I find my tweezers, which are in my sink, I'm going to start moving my pappardelle across into my pan. So let's see if we can get a bit more heat on these pans. This would have been a lot quicker episode.
Yeah.
But apologies guys. Well, I don't know what apologising for. You're watching a cooking show that happens outside. Heat is not our friend at this time of year. But we provide this free content. Again, flipping our sauce through our pasta. Put that back on the heat for a little second, let everybody get to know each other. Nice sexy bowl.
Yeah. Paul McLaren said love pasta.
He's a bit late.
I'm not heard from him in a while.
He's probably been busy, he's got like 47 wings now. Okay. So again, take our pasta. Make sure we get a good mix of our basil and our cherry tomato husks in there as well. I'm making a terrible mess, but that's why we have
Crazy.
kitchen rolls.
Nice.
Messy.
Nice.
Messy. Messy.
Yeah.
So take that, more of our hard cheese. Black pepper. And a little basil leaf, 2 seconds. Tidy up our bowl. So have you had any feedback on the home economics lesson?
No.
No. I'm not letting you anywhere near my children. Okay, so here we have bucatini, I believe, with tomato pesto, which is pine nuts, basil, olive oil, roasted cherry tomatoes, some pecorino cheese and fresh basil garnish. So I have 2 left. Do you want to see both of them, or do you want to see one and I'll do the other one off camera? What's the feedback from the group?
I'm saying both, but that's just me, innit?
Nobody's really going anywhere, but I don't want to make one like a stream with one person on it.
No feedback as of yet.
Is anybody still out there?
I'll have both.
Leslie said yes.
Okay, so pass the back in for the second time. That won't take too long. Right, for this one.
Mark said both.
Of course he did.
For this one, what we're going to do,
Everyone is saying both.
well, I'm going to show you how cold it is. We made that sage butter 15 minutes ago. Rock solid now. That's how cold it is out here. So that's why we're not getting the usual speed on the pans. So
Sham said both then deliver it to my house, please. Sorry,
you never know what makes them
Sorry,
do.
none left.
COVID draws.
So I'm going to take some of our, so this is our sage and garlic butter. We're going to use some of this from earlier. We'll let that melt down. To that, I know I just said only moments ago that I don't like using onions, but it is the way of things, unfortunately. As the Pandalorian says, this is the way.
Sham said selfish.
If you want to take a run up, we could probably throw some across the car park, turn it into a kind of, it's a knockout type game. So just taking a little bit of onion, not a great deal here, so we're only making a single portion. No doubt when we go off here, there'll be a request to make more than a single portion. And that goes into our butter. For the love of God,
It's not
cook.
Not on, Peter.
I don't think I've just switched it off. That's cold.
Want some fresh grass?
It's all going to be the same temperature. I just need it to heat up enough. There we go. I'm going to get enough of a sizzle on that for it to do what we need it to do. Can I get a little bit of milk, please?
yes.
Just a cup. So into our hopefully frying onions, we will be adding some Dijon mustard.
Not sure.
What?
It's sizzling.
It's now sizzling. Some flour and a little bit of smoked paprika. Again, we are going to do our trick where we take some garlic, punch it through and cook it in our oil. We've got a bit of garlic already in our sage butter, I think, so that'll be fine. That's softening away. Won't take long at all because we did cut that fairly small. To this, probably going to add the same amount of flour. What we're going to do is just mix our flour and our butter with our onions. We're effectively creating a roux, or a white sauce, and we're just moving our garlic about in there. As the skin comes off our garlic, we're throwing it away as if we were outside, because we are. I know somebody will have to pick it up later, but let's be frank, that's not going to be me. So I know it's traditional that you don't get milk, you don't get chips with pasta. So here's chip. So just going to add a little bit of milk to a roux. What is it, a velouté? Don't care. So just going to let that bubble away. Because to that, we are going to go back to our mascarpone cheese. We're going to add our mascarpone cheese. We are also going to add some Emmental. Emmental is one of my favourite cheeses. I use it a lot. It's got a really good nutty flavour. So basically the amount of mascarpone we put in here. If chunks break off, that's fine, they will melt down. Basically the same amount of Emmental as mascarpone. Perfect. Move everything about. As your sauce starts to tighten up, pop a little bit more milk in it. So again, this is you achieving a creamy sauce without using cream. I know we're using, so far we've used 2 different types of cheese, but that's okay, and butter. Nobody said this was going to be healthy. And we're also going to add, so we've added our mascarpone, we've added our Emmental, we're now going to add our either pecorino or parmigiano. Again, it's pretty much the same amount. So those of you who have bought the books, copies still available in the Pirate King shop. This is a variant of the cheese sauce that I use for the nachos. All we're doing is adding a little bit of Dijon mustard and a little bit of smoked paprika. So we get a good shot on that. So see how creamy and delicious and creamy delicious that is. Pinch of salt, pinch of pepper. Running out of utensils. Not be fine. A teaspoon of mustard. If you can find something more awkward to apply your mustard with, maybe a chicken leg, use that. I had tongs, so when you put our mustard through our sauce, that is super rich and creamy. We're going to take our pasta, which is a spinach, oh, forgot the name of it. But it does look a bit like a macaroni gangbang because they're all kind of stacked on top of each other. So until somebody who with a better name for it, the macaroni gangbang, comes along, that's what we're calling it. Again, let that heat through, get to know each other. Another big bite of the parsley. Roll it together into a cigar. Nice fine chop. Put that through it. Nice toss. And shall we have a small white bowl? I think we will. Okay, where's the spoon?
So we have a new person.
Oh?
Frances Ferguson. Hi, I am Mark's sister.
I was going to say that name rings a bell.
Watching from Florida. Kudos to you for cooking outdoors in winter. I definitely need the book. Mark and Alison. Hint hint.
So, that's our second comment from a Floridian today, because JD and Rocky are out in Florida. So we are probably more people watch us in Florida than do in
Scotland.
Glasgow. But yeah, good. What, it must be like silly o'clock there, or have I just lost all international time reference? So we have I know my wife will never admit to it, this is macaroni cheese. She doesn't like macaroni cheese.
Okay.
I'm willing to give it a try, Peter.
You're willing to choke down a couple of bites just in the interest of science.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yes.
Pirate Pete's posh macaroni cheese. Once again, get it in you. Right, we're on the home track here almost.
It's 8:40 AM.
Oh, can't beat a bit of macaroni cheese. Or as our American friends call it, mac and cheese. That's an awful accent.
Yeah.
That guy could possibly have been Bulgarian. So the trick that I learned about cheese sauce, it actually came from American, which is Britain we tend to make a white sauce and add cheese to it, whereas in the States we tend to let the inherent cheese oils and all that be your cheese sauce. So we're on our final dish, you'll be delighted to know. So for our final dish we have squid ink spaghetti, king prawns and tarragon. So what we are going to do is we're going to take 2 prawns, make sure they're nice and dry, make sure our pan's at least reasonably warm, a bit of oil, because all I want to do is get a nice bit of colour on, I've taken mine 3 prawns, so we're going to put our 3 prawns in here. Hopefully get a sizzle out of them eventually. Sorry about this, guys.
It's went on. Oh no, it's not. It's just low.
We are fighting against the elements here. Yeah, it's coming soon to Scotland, the electricity. This is all Mike Connell's fault because the beeping from my induction stove was bothering him. Bloody bothered you. No, the gas is great. I actually prefer cooking my gas, but it's just below its operating temperature today. So apologies for lots of shots of me handling my canister. There we go. We have flame and we have squid ink pasta cooking away. So we have a tin of tomatoes, some tarragon. Again, if you get fresh tarragon, please do. Onion, garlic, and some more king prawns. So our first king prawns are in here, and these are going to be for the top of our dish. This is our presentation. We're going to take another handful of prawns, which are going to make up the sauce. Bring them to the side so you can get a better view. And we are going to just put a rough chop on them. Nice little bite size. Because you're going to put something fishy in your mouth, you want it to just be the right size. You don't want to be choking on anything fishy. We're then going to take our onion. We're going to go back to our mandolin. Again, we use this a lot on the show because that'll give us some really nice, again, I think my thoughts on onion and pasta sauce is quite clear. You need to keep it nice and small or thin. So there we go, that's that, that's our onion dealt with. So we are getting a nice little bit of colour on our prawns here. Again, we don't want to overcook them, we just want a nice colour on them. So what's everybody's plans for the rest of the day? Anything exciting?
I think Leslie's are running upstairs.
Woohoo! So this is a tin of plum tomatoes. You can get tomatoes in all shapes and sizes. We've used a couple here. We've used fresh tomatoes and roasted them. We've used tomato passat. You can chop tomatoes. These are the whole ones. So it's going to show you what to do with these. This was my worst nightmare throughout this episode. I'll tell you that's how I left it for last. The visions of me pulling this ring and it going boom. No tomato. So quite happy with those little prawns. We will reserve them to the VIP section. Tosh, look away mate, look away. Olive oil.
I don't think Tosh is on anymore.
I think Tosh is away.
Tosh is gone.
Onions.
Yeah.
Crushed garlic. Prawn pieces. So is there anything we've done today that people are afraid of? or don't feel confident to do at home, or is there any questions, any follow-up?
No. Karen says, looks amazing, Peter. I bet your neighbours are hanging over the fence trying to get some of your food. Lol.
I don't know, sometimes John's on the feed, so if he's about he can tell you. Tell us which one you like, John, we'll drop one over the fence for you. So that's just going to toast away, that can go into there.
This is rounding it up there.
Bringing it home, strong finish.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have our olive oil, lightly poaching onions, some garlic in there, doing garlicky stuff. Again, don't want to be cooking our prawns, don't want the prawns to go rubbery, so we want to keep our cook time down here. And the way we do that is by changing temperature. So as you add ingredients in, it brings the pan temperature down. In a minute we're going to dump in a load of tomatoes, so that'll bring it down again. So you want to be fairly happy that your prawns are where you want them. Good bit of tarragon. It's going to give a lovely aroma, a slightly anise. I said anise as an anise seed. To your sauce. Yep, happy with all that. So what we're going to do here with our tomatoes is essentially take our fingers, hold our tomatoes. We don't want to drop our whole tomatoes in there just yet. We want to get the tomato juice, which is basically passat, or tomato juice. Yeah, these are the Co-op San Marzano ones, they're really good. So yeah, San Marzano, it's a type of tomato that's grown on a volcanic mountainside in an area of Italy. It's kind of like champagne. If they're not grown in that particular area, they can't call themselves San Marzano. Again, there's multiple qualities of San Marzano, but on the whole, they are
So
a good tomato.
Yes, I am. I'm going to make a version of PK's salsa to go with my nachos and fajitas and make them for dinner tonight.
Don't make versions of my shit. Make my shit.
Louise said we'd like to try all but 2 of the dishes. Unfortunately, mac and cheese gives me the fear, and the carbonara too. And Tommy said Tyler and I have a Pandalorian t-shirts on. This is the way. Nice.
This is the way. That is the way. If you're interested in a Pandalorian hoodie or a Pandalorian t-shirt, please visit Pirate King TV shop. Link available from our Facebook page.
Sharon says, I can't wait until lockdown is over as I'm inviting myself to your house for all the past dishes except the last one, as I don't like fishies.
Don't like the fishies. So we're going to take our tomatoes, probably put half that can in there. Scoop this other half to a secure location, because this will be for the other portions that will be made after lunch, or once you lovely people go about your business. Okay. Bit of a tidy up here before the big finish, and a bit of a clean down.
It's chili Baltic out here.
It is delightfully and seasonably fresh out here. So, all kidding aside, this is free content. I would like to keep it that way. We have some fans of the show and I thank you for that. If you'd like to support the show, pop over to the shop, get a t-shirt, a hoodie, oven mitt, tea towel, whatever takes your fancy.
Put the link up after.
You can even just drop a couple of quid for a coffee or a rum. Well, I've had any rum, haven't had any rum, haven't had any wine since New Year's Eve.
Nope.
So look at that sauce, that's all kinds of tomatoes and prawns, some garlic, onion, delicious. So we're going to take some of our squid egg pasta. Lovely contrasting colour here. Again, you're sick of me saying it, We're just going to let those
Kind of fast, isn't
all,
it?
Squid ink. If you're watching the
all
show.
get to know each other. Again, squid ink pasta, it doesn't taste of squid, it's like food colour, it's a natural food colouring. If you eat red velvet cake is coloured by cochineal food colouring. Cochineal are crushed down beetles, so don't give me that face about black squid ink pasta. Thank you and good night. Right, we are there, people.
Leslie said, what type of accompanying dishes would you make to go with pasta if you had the time? If you had the time.
The time.
Time she meant.
Again, any of these can be served with steak, chicken, fish.
Talking about steak.
Yes, talking about steak. I've got some lovely steaks for this evening's dinner from our friends down at John the Butcher. If you're not using John the Butcher, then you're an idiot. If you live far away, then you're still an idiot because they deliver. Use Donald the Butchers, finest butchers in the world. Don't know if they'll deliver to America.
Colchester even.
No.
Yep, they would deliver to Colchester.
Would they?
Yep, UK delivery. So Donald the Butchers, give them a swatch. Tell them the Pirate King sent you. They'll go. Who? So, while I'm plugging things, Mr. Kirkwood, our favourite comedian at Pirate King Kitchen, is still plugging away, doing these improv shows. Lots of free content. He's doing some live Zoom gigs as well, just to earn a few coins in this difficult time. So, if you get a chance, go and check him out. Watch some of his content if you like it and you're in the mood to perhaps offer some financial support to struggling performers at this time, then any help I'm sure would be gratefully received. So we are just taking a couple of little basil leaves, cutting that underneath there. Where's our mangled lemon? I think I've thrown it in the bin. Okay, no lemon garnish. Look off with your lemon garnish. Should really put Parmesan cheese on fish, but you know what? Okay. So, that's our final dish. That is the Tarragon and king prawn. Hold on, I've got to do this thing. That's king prawn spaghetti. King prawn squid ink spaghetti with tarragon and San Marzano tomatoes. So what we're going to do is we're going to line everything up. We're going to change the camera angle a little bit, and we'll see if we can get you some sexy photographs of everything we've done today. So I'm going to disappear. We're going to keep on the babish. So from, now that I'm facing into the kitchen, from my left,
Hold on. Let us just get all the way over. Okay.
so from my left, we have the squid ink spaghetti with king prawns and tarragon. We have gangbang macaroni and cheese. We have gnocchi with lemon and sage butter served with sweet potatoes. We have I'm trying to remember more. Tomato pesto with bucatini. Then we have
Spicy sauce.
fusilli, I remember that one, with fennel, spicy sausage and chilli. And last but not least, we have the Pirate King's saucy carbonara. So
Well done.
that's a long show today, but you have 6 dishes here that you can take away. You have a lot of different techniques. Remember your pasta water, pre-cooking your pasta if you're cooking it for more than 2 people, which right now is highly unlikely unless you have 74,000 kids. Yes, I'm looking at you, Paul McLaren. But all of these can be lunches, snacks. These can be made in advance, put in a Tupperware container, 2 minutes in the microwave, you've got yourself a lovely lunch. Everything's freezable, so you can make batches of this. There's no reason pasta has to be spag vol or spag carbonara. You know, there are lots of pastas out there and they're easily accessible. You don't have to go to Marks and Sparks or fancy Italian places. Now, if you go to these places, by all means do. But these are available at Aldi, Lidl, most high street shops, delicatessens. I'm quite sure if you go into Buongiorno out in Pollockshaw's and ask them for some pasta, they probably want you to go in and buy their pasta, to be honest. So don't do that, pull away from that idea, a poor idea. No, they'll help you out if you want to cook at home. Again, I'm not Italian, you may have noticed. I know the accent gives it away, but you know, that's not my heritage. These are not Italian pasta dishes, these are pasta dishes. This is Scottish guy cooking pasta and minus 3 degrees. I may have lost a toe. Yeah. So have a go, enjoy them, give us your feedback. If you try something, give us a photograph of it, stick it in the comments below. Please visit the shop, support the channel, like, share, all that usual stuff. I'm not going to beg you, you're grown up people. If you like it, share it. If you didn't like it, don't. Just share it one person, see what happens. We got over 35,000 views last week again, so I'm beyond speechless of the amount of people who watch this. So there's another 6 things to keep you going. So on that, I will take my pomegranate and orange glass, I will raise it to you, and I will say I will see you next week. Do not play my music yet, I'm toasting my audience.
Cheers.
Now you can play my music.
Hear my belly rumble, something more than bread. A nice big steak and fries to go. Listen to what I said. I need something more than soup to keep me satisfied.